So much of where our practice begins is by ending, the ending of an exhalation. So finish those out today. The alignment, the poses, the fine-tuning of it, all that comes if you just finish out your exhales, so that when your inhale comes into your body, it represents your own new beginning. As we get ready to say a farewell to summer, the stretch of it that we got to have, even though it's still a beautiful summer weekend, Labor Day weekend, etc., but we know fall's on the way. See, our body knows what's on the way. It's our mind that needs to kind of get caught up. So just be in your body. Be in acceptance of your body for all seasons. And be grateful for all endings, for they represent your new beginning. And anything can happen in a day. We can begin again with every new day. Doesn't matter about yesterday. To an ego, it does. But yoga says anything can begin anew. Or you can bring a new energy into something you're already very involved in. Walk up, feet to your hands. Separate your feet out hip width. Bring your right hand to hold your left elbow and your left hand to hold your right. Drop your head down and let your arms dangle. But you're still very supportive of the elbows. Relax your toes. Relax your toes. Maybe give more space between the feet. Give a little more space between your feet, especially right off. So widen your feet out another inch or so, or at least half inch. Just start with right away, making a connection to solid ground. Bending one knee and then the other as the hips swing side to side. Head wants to be down. The head will be up the rest of the day. Let your head drop down. Let a breath come in. Let it leave. Rock your body weight a tiny bit forward. Your body weight will have you kind of go more towards your toe line, but you don't want to grip your toes. You want to spread the soles of the feet out. Let your body weight rock forward where you then cinch your belly up extra. Take your hands behind your back. Really try to straighten your arms and see if the hands lift up off the butt. Pull your chest up, halfway only. Take your breath in, move your shoulders down. And then fold forward, breathing out. Keep your knees nicely bent. In fact, let your chest drape on your thighs. Lift up halfway again. Breath in. Use your exhale to gently press the right shoulder, right lung toward the ground. Left side rolls up. Come back to center. Left side, press it down. Right side rolls up. Back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into a downward facing dog. Take your legs together. Use your inhale to take the right leg high. Feel what it is to bend your right knee and swing it forward, shoulders over the wrists. Don't drop your foot down. Keep your foot in the air. Yep. Send your right leg up and move it through. Knee going towards your chest. Inhale, launch the leg out of the hip. Pull it in, knee to your chest. Shoulders over the wrists. A little bit more, Peter. There you go. Excellent. Launch up. Exhale the foot to the floor. Floor. Yeah, you guys are going by an old yoga class. Left leg up. Pull it in towards your chest. Shoulders over the wrists. Launch the leg up. Lengthen the leg out of the hip though. Pull it in towards your chest. Kick the leg up, 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 up. Pull it in towards your chest. Kick the leg up. Exhale, left foot full floor. Both heels lifting. And float to the front edge of your mat. Float has all kinds of variations, so just pick yours. Lift halfway up, breath in. Move your shoulders down. Good, girl. Fold forward, breathe out. All the way up, all the way up. Fold forward, empty. Halfway lift. Forward fold, slow breath out, slow. Step to a plank position on the out breath. Press through your heels and move the shoulders over the wrists. You got to tilt your tailbone towards your heels, and then from there, your belly automatically lifts up. You want to really support the spine, or you'll come to me later, and you'll be asking, what's going on with my back? And if you look at the poses, every single one, pull the core into it, and automatically the spine is so supported, and then support stabilizes. And that's the job of the spine. Good. The job of the core, rather, is to support and stabilize. And then both ends feel better. Rock forward, lower. Slowly take a breath in, up dog, and don't be in a rush just yet. Feel your feet press straight back and feel your heart press to the front of the room. And then see if you can walk your hands a little closer towards your hips. You can put some bend in the elbows if you need it, and I'd recommend it so you don't lock the joint. But you want to really feel what it's like to press your shoulder heads and shine them to the back wall. Then feel your toes curl under. Then your hips being lifted. It's almost like something lifted for you. Breathe everything out. Take in breath. Send it through. Take it in. Send it through. Now one more. In together. All of you open your mouth and send the air out together. Walk easy, feet to your hands. Lifting halfway up. Folding forward. Press your feet into the floor, but let your head go. Get rooted through the floor with the feet and legs, and then let the upper body just start to collapse. And the head, allow it to soften. Come all the way up to stand. Pull the palms right to your heart. Forward fold. Lift up halfway. Move into a plank. Shoulders over the wrist. Pull your belly into it. Pull your belly into it. Let the core start firing up. There's a lot of fire energy there. So go ahead and kind of activate it. Full breath in. Full exhale moves you into low push-up. Take the inhale into the lungs. While the lungs have space, send it back, downward dog. You take breath in, and then you give it back. Walk, feet to your hands. Flat back, press your hips back. Fold forward, press your feet into the floor. Head releases all the way up to stand. Use this gentle, long exhale to fold where it's very fluid and it's very mindful. Your movements are very mindful. Lift up halfway. Mindfully use your exhale to keep you in a high plank where you're really in tune to it and you're awakening. That's what this practice is about. It's about stirring us awake. Rock forward, lower. Lift that chest up facing. Push everything back like you're sticking your butt to the wall behind you. As far away from your shoulder blades as possible. Take a breath in. Exhale it. Take a breath in. Exhale it. Take a breath in. Exhale it. Take a breath. Hold it. Breathe it out. Walk feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers if you can. Lift your chest up all the way to stand. Drop your hips instead. So knees are bent. And then shift the weight into the heels by the shins pressing toward the calves. And then find where your tailbone will tilt down and feel how it lifts your chest up. You're going to pull your lower belly in and up. And you're going to breathe. And you're going to mentally give your shoulders permission, silently, but mentally give your shoulders permission to say, please relax. In your head, say, please relax. Fold forward, breathe out. Awesome job. Halfway lift. Step back, core in, tailbone. Just tilt it toward the heels. Look ahead. Rock forward and bend those elbows straight back. Hug them in. Press straight down. The chest lifts as a result of where you rooted through the hands and arms. Downward dog. Right foot steps along. Gently take your back knee to the floor. Make sure your front foot was walked to the outer edge a little bit, so then your back knee will come down to the floor, Jim. Take your back knee down. There you go. And then taking your chest up, bring your hands to your hips. Find the action, your tailbone lengthening towards your back foot. There you go. Press that right knee directly over the ankle. Press it open. Really press straight down through the foot, through that front foot. Wrap your elbows toward each other and let your chest press up. Start letting your hips go forward and down. Here you can allow the knee to go past the ankle. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take your hands to the floor. Step back. High plank. Lower. Scoop up. Press back. Left foot lunging. Gently drop the back knee down. Bring yourself up. Find your tailbone. Shift it toward your back heel. And wrap those elbows in tight. Now gently just press both shoulder blades toward each other. And let the hips sink forward and down. Breathe. If you don't exhale, everything stays dry and tight. You want to bring fluidity into things. You want to bring movement. And movement is blood flow. That's what flow is. Flow is movement. Wrap the elbows toward each other a little more. Now allow your chest to get lifted. Press it into the ceiling. Your head can go back if you choose, or you can look straight ahead. And just press your chest up gently a little bit. Good. Bring the hands to the floor. High push-up. Lower. Upward. Slow breath comes in. Let the breath out be fluid. So send it all the way through. Don't put a stop on it. It's not a check that you got to put a stop payment on. You want to breathe in and you want to let that go. Because it's that evening out of an inhale and an exhale that'll really give you your checks and balances. Walk feet to your hands. Halfway up. Fold forward. Bend your knees, sit your hips, take those arms all the way up. Sit your hips further down. Bring your hands to the heart, forward fold. Keep the knees bent as much as you like, as much as your hamstrings request. Halfway up, shoulders move them back. Good. High plank position. When you lower, rock forward first. Then lower slow. Then slowly inhale, up dog. Land that. Then press straight back, downward dog. Take your right foot forward. Turn, keep your back heel lifted, actually. Just make sure your feet have the right amount of space apart. So, Jim, if you walk the front foot over a little bit more, bud, that'll do it. Now, press straight back through that heel and squeeze up the back thigh so it starts to lift away from the mat. And then bring yourself on up on the in-breath. That's great. And then hook your thumbs over your head. Stretch up and back. Now turn your back heel flat. Take your arms wide open into Warrior Two. So Warrior Two. There you go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel where you are tight. Go right to the root of it. Press through the outer edge of the back foot. Feel where if your back leg gets a little more active, engaged, squeeze it by pressing through the outer edge of the back foot. But then press that right knee open. It's as if your inner right thigh rolled up to the ceiling. There. Sink in a little bit juicier, which means lower. But breathe like it's on. You guys need to be eye level. And then I want you to feel something. Feel how you're tight and where you're tight and how it immediately kind of just puts you on edge everywhere else. And now I want you to kind of counter that and instead go to your tension and really just give it some love and just silently say, please relax. Reverse your warrior. Reverse a time in your life, probably wasn't all that long ago, where you really weren't connected to how you breathed or any of this stuff at all. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And just pull that right hand right down to your heart and just take a moment for gratitude for whatever it is that got you in the door to this mind-body stuff. Usually it's not by our choosing. Usually it's not something we set out for. Sometimes it is. But usually life will bring us to places where it's like, how am I going to handle this? And that's where this practice comes in handy. Bring your hands to the ground. High plank position. Low push-up position. Upward facing. Downward facing. Good holding. Taking a breath in and out. Take your left foot forward and keep your back heel lifted. Bring yourself up on the inhale. Thumbs right over your head. Bend the elbows out to the sides. Press that left knee open, Kendra. Find everybody where you bend your back knee for a moment and your tailbone will press toward the floor. Now let your upper body lift up, 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 and out of those hips. Now open wide for Warrior Two. Tailbone. Can you find where that tailbone is still going to drop? Can you press that left knee open and roll the left inner thigh? Can you find the inner edge of your back ankle? And by pressing through the outer edge, you'll give the inner ankle a little lift. Yes, very good. Keep your eyes on that prize. And take a breath in. And breath out. 10, yes. Just throw your mat down, jump right in. Take a breath in. Breath out. Bring awareness to your back, shoulder, and back arm. Lower it a little bit. Stretch it really far away from you. Through the wrists, through the fingers. And feel, can my shoulders drop? And mentally say to those shoulders, please relax. But squeeze up the back arm. So some parts of you are going to be really strong, and some parts of you are going to be having to practice relaxing. Reverse your warrior. Reverse a time in your life that you were not really connected to your body. What you put into it, for example. You just did what you wanted to do. And your body said, all right, you can do that for a little bit. Press the front knee forward. But see, the more you breathe, the more mindful you become. And the more mindful you become, that changes something. Cartwheel to the ground. High push-up. Lower down, long breath, out. Up dog. Downward dog. Allow your hips to take a big swing over to the right. Soften through the exhale. Allow your hips to take a big swing over to the left. Walk up, feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. In breath, all the way up. Palms to the heart, long breath out. Hydrate. And with yourself a little hydrated, feet together. And we'll do this again, but your emphasis is really just on breathing. Don't worry about your alignment. Let's just move into breathing so we can flow. Bend your knees. Inhale up. Forward fold. Breath out. Halfway up. Breath in. Out breath. 2 high plank. Shoulders over the wrists. Hugging the belly. Breath in. Lower down. Big exhale out. All you have. In breath, up dog. Out with the breath to downward dog. Right foot steps to warrior 1. Inhale as a group to come up. Wait for each other. Hands to the floor. High plank, breath in. Low plank, empty out. Shoulder blades pressed together in up dog as you take breath in. Send the breath through. Down dog. Hips far, far back. Nice, Jim. Left foot. Big old step. Or many steps. Whatever it is, take your back foot flat. Inhale, palms together. Look up. Exhale. Release your hands. Shoulder width apart. Watch your hands get back to the floor. High push-up. For breath for you. Lower. Send the breath through. Up facing, a breath for you. Down facing, send it through. Long breath in. Slow the exhale as it leaves. Walk, feet to your hands. Flat back. Fold forward. All the way up. Bend the knees, fold. Halfway up. High plank. In high push-up, fill your lungs with breath. Move through, lower, empty the lungs. Fill the lungs. Extinguish. Right foot stepping forward. Back foot down. Reach up. Use your exhalation all together, open wide, warrior 2. Use your inhalation together, reverse your warrior. Use your exhalation, to bring the right arm to the front thigh. Palm will be facing the ceiling. Open your chest, left arm reach. Now take the upper arm and please extend it over your head. Palm facing down. Now take a breath in. Nudge your right knee open a little more. Squeeze from the back foot. Press through the back heel and get more length, like another inch or 1/16 of an inch. Whatever it is, it's wonderful to get space where it was once stuck. Come back to warrior two. Flip the palm, reverse. Come back to extended side. Stretch the arm over your head just a little more. Breathe out when you roll the chest to the ceiling. Come back to warrior two. Right leg's going to straighten. Reach out as long as you possibly can for triangle. Now take your back foot and turn it open a little bit. A little bit open, create more space. Your right hip presses to the back heel. The upper arm will pull you straight up to stand. Right toes face the left wall. And while you're facing the wall and you're in a straddle, you come up, you take your hands behind your back. You squeeze the shoulder blades together. You squeeze the arms, and you feel the knuckles draw down. You squeeze up the legs by pressing through the outer edges of the feet. You press the hips forward. You feel the tailbone shift. Lift away from your tailbone. Use your exhale into the fold. Take your hands to the floor. Lift your chest up halfway, but push your hips and the thighs back. Slowly fold. Walk your hands over to your left foot. Turn the left foot to face the front of the room. Step it back, high plank position. You're all going to face the driveway. I'm just giving you a change of scenery. Low push-up position. Upward. Downward dog. Breath. Left foot. Warrior one. Come on up slow and use a slow breath in to come up. Exhale slowly into warrior two. Reverse your warrior slowly. Press your tailbone forward. Stretch up, 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 up. Bend back as you breathe out. So as you're shifting, just bending back on the out breath only. Breath in again. Then take extended side. And you press that palm to the ceiling. Everyone take your right arm right around your back for a moment. And just roll your chest open. And then bring your mind to your upper shoulder and the upper lung. And I want you to just roll it all back like you're swinging off a heavy overcoat, which we'll be wearing before long. So shake off your parka. Very good. Okay, come back to warrior two. Reverse. Press that left knee forward again. Bend back, breathe out. Long, slow breath. Slowly exhale, extended side. This time the right arm stretches. But you want the stretch at first to begin at the outer edge of the foot, back foot. From there, you get this length through your whole side body. Now draw the left buttock in toward the middle of your mat. And then that way your knee and hip will line up. So just press your left buttock in. There you go. And then come on up to warrior two. Straighten your leg. Triangle, reach out. As far out as you can. And then open both arms up. You want the upper palm to be facing the wall directly in front of your face. You want your shoulders to press directly to the wall behind you. That's great. Breathe. Roll the upper lung, shoulder back through the exhalation. Basically, you hand over the exhale, and it'll just happen. Let your upper hand pull you to stand, but don't forget your feet. It begins at your feet. All poses begin at your feet. So root into the feet and bring yourself up. And now, turn your toes, and I know that you're facing the same damn wall. I want you to take your hands behind you. Keep your elbows bent, and the fingers are clasped. And I want you to look at the same wall. Bring your mind's eye to your tailbone, shift it. Press through the outer edges of the feet. Firm the thighs. So you're looking at the same wall and you're about to do this pose, technically the same pose. But if you're mindful to it, there'll be something new in it. That's not how we live. We live like, I know this, I've done this forever, I got it all covered, and there's nothing else for me to know or see. Especially with what we're into day in and day out. It's like Groundhog Day. The practice of breathing turns things on, turns us on to being present. And that's really the enlightenment to me, if you can find something really awesome and new in what appears so familiar. Press your chest up. Press your chest up. Press those hips and thighs forward. Then use your exhalation all together. Unanimous fold through that exhalation. Let your head drop. Release the arms. Grab the big toes. You want to not just let the arms dangle. It's too much on the spine. You want to grab the big toes. You want to be really active. Now, very mindfully, your hips press straight back. Your spine lifts up halfway so you get length. So you're going to pull your chest up more. Pull these shoulders down. Yes. Fold forward. Head drops. Root through the feet. Because in the flow, we forget things. In the flow, we forget. Bringing strong breath in creates a mindfulness, which awakens you internally, intuitively. Yes. And if we're just not breathing that big or that full, then we do go through things like numb or half asleep or just not seeing. Often what's like right there in front of us too. Okay. Bring your hands to your hips. Exhale everything you have. Bring yourself up to stand, but on the in-breath. And get mindful as your tailbone shifting down. So that you'll feel like the front edge of your pelvis kind of rotate up towards your rib cage a little. Now just turn that front foot forward. Back to the same old view. Step your back foot in. And step it all the way up. Step it all the way up. Bend your knees, sweep up. Forward fold, empty the breath. Halfway lift, breath in. High push up. Lower. On a long breath out, the shoulders moving down. Lift up a little more. Yeah. Up facing. Downward. Breath in. Out. Take your knees to the floor. Child's pose anytime if you need it. So if I say take the knees down and you think child's pose sounds like a damn good idea, you're already halfway there. Why stop now? If you are like, no, I'm feeling good, then I want you to stay on the hands and knees, and I want you to just move your hips side to side. And then you can drop your belly and stretch your chest and tailbone up. But the thing is you want to be mindful of your movements. So not just breathing, but also slow them down. Slow them down. Close your eyes if that feels okay. And really get a feel for your own body. Getting a feel for your own body and caring about how it feels just makes you more caring and more emotionally connected to the feelings of others. Breath in, out. Now everyone take child's pose. Let your elbows drop. Let your forehead sink. Recognize I still need to breathe in, I still need to breathe out. But at a certain point, once you blow off some steam, literally, your body will really breathe itself. So be a witness to that. Be a witness to how well your body can do the job. You start finding longer length to an inhale and an exhale, and you're retraining your body because your body's like, geez, yes, that's pretty much all that was needed. Okay, bring yourself on up to all fours. Keep your right knee on the ground and turn your back foot flat. Line your left wrist right wrist directly under your right shoulder. Take it down a little bit more, Maddie. Yeah. Then press down and open the chest and take the left arm up. And then what you do is your body goes where the eyes go. So roll your eyes to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the upper hand to the ground. Left knee presses straight down. Not forcefully, but soften it. And then take your back foot flat. I want you to bring awareness to your bottom shoulder. It's probably still hiked up near the bottom earlobe. Hug it down. Try to bring the arms in one plane and bring your awareness to your tailbone. You want to stretch that puppy out toward the driveway. Your lower belly pulls in and up. Nice. Soften your front ribs towards your belly button a little bit. Breath coming in. Breath going out to bring the upper hand to the floor. High plank. Low plank. Mindfully move up into up dog with a breath and with knowing your roots. And downward dog. Take your feet together. Press through your heels so it's as if your heels press to the back wall. Rock the body weight forward so your shoulders now line up over your wrists. It's important that the left wrist be under the left shoulder. Give it a try. Spin your heels to the left. Right arm goes up. And when that happens, your chest rolls open and you're pressing your hips straight up as high as you can. Whoa. Breathe out to slowly come down. Good work. High plank. Lower. Up. Straight back. Rock forward, shoulders over the wrists, legs together. And now you'll spin your heels to the right. And if you wanted, you could have the feet flat or separated on the floor a little bit. Otherwise, spin the heels to the right. Try to stack the feet on top of one another. You're opening up the palm, and you just think, I press my hips up. And I look up, and I smile. And I say, what the heck does this yoga teacher have me doing? Now I know for a dismount, Peter. High plank. Lower. Up dog. Down facing. Step your right foot forward in a lunge. Gently take your back knee down. And pad up the back knee with the side edge of your mat. And then inhale the arms straight up alongside your ears. Palms face one another. Hands pulled to the heart. Long exhale. Be mindful of how your shoulders are being pulled gently down the back. And then press both shoulder blades toward each other. Turn your torso to the right. See what you see. Look at the right wall. Don't twist yet. Just look at the right wall. You've turned your body. Breath in. Breath out. Now, take the left fingertips to the inside of your front foot, right arm in the air. Pull the bottom shoulder down toward that left hip. Good, Maddie. Press the right hip back, you guys, and twist through an out breath. Release, hands to the floor. Downward facing. Unless you request another push-up. Left foot lunging. Gently take the back knee down. Breath in all the way up. Palms pull to the heart center. Breath in. The exhalation turns your torso to this wall. And then take both arms apart. Bottom hand to the blocks, to the floor, on the fingertips, upper hand to the ceiling. Peel your left hip back. Use your exhales to twist. Press your chest. Shine both lungs to the left wall. Shine both shoulder blades to the wall behind you, immediately behind you. Release. Excellent. High plank. Lower down. Upward. Downward. Walk. Feet to your hands. Split your feet really wide apart on the outer edges of your mat so you're on the floor. Fold forward. Bring your fingertips to the floor. I'd like you to just lunge right. Swing the hips, lunge left. Turn the toes out on that foot when you lunge. So if you lunge to the right, just turn the right toes out and press through the outer edge of the left foot. Let your hips swing. And then walk your feet in a little. Bend your knees. Drop your head. And feel for the hips, buttocks to be lifted away from the floor. You can keep your knees bent, but just feel what it is to get length. Get root down through your heels. Root down through your heels. And feel your hips and hamstrings gently elongating away from the floor. It's not you're not doing it with a big fuss. You're not doing it with a lot of muss. You are just lifting the glutes a little away from the floor. Tiny bit. Be the perfect amount. To go to places that are very contracted and create space where there wasn't space doesn't just work for increasing flexibility in the physical. It might allow you to have more open space with the mental. So maybe you're just say yes to something, you would typically say, no way, Jose, too. Maybe today you say, oh, sure, why not? Instead of no. You create space in the body, you create expansion in the mind. The two are not separate. Step back, downward facing dog. Breath in, let your hips go side to side. Walk up, feet to your hands. Lifting halfway where the shoulders move out of the way for the lungs. Fold forward, breathe out. Wrap the hands around the back of the legs. Bring yourself all the way to stand. And bring your hands to the heart. Take your hands to both hips. Pick up your right knee. Take your right hand to your right knee or shin. This leg is what we're focusing on, but really you need to focus on the standing leg first. Then wrap the left elbow alongside the body. Then allow your core to lift you up. And you don't want to lean way back. Throw out your back. So straight spine, elbow squeezing in towards the side of the body. Remind you to stay to center. Eyes eye level. Extend the leg out in front of you. Swing it straight back. Take the arms out to the sides, palms down. Lift your chest up a little bit like an upward dog kind of thing. Move your shoulders down. Take your arms behind you. Bring your palms into prayer. Mindfully come right into tree. Start with just the foot at the ankle. Then build from there if you like. The standing left leg is squeezing strong. And then look for where the other parts of you can be told, please relax. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms straight up. Bring that right knee back up. Extend through the leg. Even if you just lift the leg a little, but pull the toes through towards your face. Push out through the heel. Firm up the right quad. Release. Excellent. Sweep up. Hands to the hips as you breathe out. Right leg squeezes first. Pick up the left leg. Wrap the elbows in. Catch hold of the knee or shin on the outside. If it felt better and you felt more supported and stable, you could grab the shin with both hands. Extend the leg out, even if it's a little, even if you don't lift it too high, but firm this quad, okay? Now, very mindfully, the left foot swings the left leg back. This time, take the arms behind you, palms down. Spread the fingers wide. Look not straight down, but look out at the floor ahead of you. Lift your chest up a little bit so there's like upward dog. Bring the palms together. Extend them straight up, right into tree. The arms squeeze alongside the head. The right leg is squeezing taut. Let the upper body have some lightness. Pull the hands to the heart. Release. Bend the knees, sweep up. Fold forward. Halfway up. High push up. Lower down slow. Up facing, pause. Look over the right shoulder, left hip presses toward the earth. Allow the left hip to just soften. So it's a mental thing. Come back to center. Allow the right hip to press softly down, look over the left. Come back to center, Very mindfully, pull their shoulders strongly back. Press that chest like it's against the wall, front wall, straight back to downward dog. Okay, you're going to shift forward into a plank position. You're going to press strongly through your left heel. Right foot's lifting off the floor about an inch. Toes on that right foot are pointed down. Lower that leg a little more, Jim. Quite a bit more. Yeah. Now bring the foot to the floor, everybody. Keep the shoulders over the wrist. Left foot, lift it. Bring it down. Right foot, lift it. Bring it down. Left. Right. Left. Down dog. Whew. Take your knees down to the floor. Child's pose. Take dear God pose. They say God is in the knees. Love this pose though, because not only does it give you some freaking rest, but it brings you back down to earth. And to just really to surrender to something, it just brings back a whole new level of humility. Humility. Let yourself take rest. You'll need to for what's coming. No, I'm just kidding. It just really felt like a good space. Because that's what we do. We rest to gear up for more. Let less be more right now. Bring yourself up onto all fours. Inhale the right arm out to the side. Lift it up a little taller. Use your exhale to thread it through. The right ear, right shoulder comes to the floor. Yeah, you got it, Mary. Bring it all the way down. Yes. Make sure your left wrist is under your left elbow. And so if your elbow, yeah. Turn your hand to face forward. Yeah. Now just bring this elbow down. And just use your hand for some leverage, gently pressing the upper mid-back away from you. I think to take this pose in the beginning, it's one of the poses we'll offer to you in the beginning, it starts to help us get a little stretch. But when we've really peeled layers and gone into some of the deeper places of tension, excuse me, and created opening from there, well, it feels totally different to take it 3/4 of the way through a class. And yet, your class act is breathing and letting the exhale soften. The upper mid-back is a very hard place, especially the middle back. It's a very congested area. It's very rigid. It's a hard place for us to reach. So we get a little sweat going, we stretch out a little bit, we get some blood flow, and suddenly there's some new space in this place that was just, not willing to budge. But you'll have your breakthrough of releasing the physical tension through letting the exhales just go. On the inhale now, take the right arm back up. On the exhale, thread it through one more time. Upper mid-back pressing away from you. If you can keep your spine supple, strong, but flexible, you won't feel your age. Think about the people whose backs are all hunched up. They're usually stiff in mind too, and they always feel so just resistant to move. When you wake up in bed and your back feels stiff, you're resistant to move too. Take that left arm now and just gently take it up in the air. You're still down on the floor though. And just wrap that left arm around your back. So while your arm is extended, take the upper arm and wrap it around. And don't be trying to get it to someplace behind you. Just feel where you can relax that arm behind you and breathe in more. And feel that upper shoulder and lung press open a little more. And then bring yourself back up. Extend through the right arm. Exhale it to the floor. Left arm, extend it out. Exhale, thread it through. Shoulder comes down, ear comes down. That right hand gets directly under the right elbow for a little leverage of pressing. You're just gently pressing your upper back like it's against this wall directly behind you. Exhaling, exhaling. Slow the breath in and slow it out as it leaves. You'll feel the twist happen on your behalf through the exhales. Just drop into your body. To feel that stuff is it's more subtle, which means you have to be in a space where you're not just all in your head. And so you bring breath into the body, you drop into the body, and you'll feel things in a whole different way. On the inhale, come back up. On the exhale, bring the hand to the floor. On the inhale, take it up again. And then take it through once more. Maybe the arm inches out a little more. Maybe the upper back presses a little more. Find the right amount of leverage in that right hand too, by the way. Slide your right hand, Jim, just a little bit lower. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, there you go. Press the upper mid-back away from you. And then take that right arm up and around. Breathing comes in and breathing comes out. Breathing comes in and breathing goes out. Come on back up. Sweep that arm out and up. Exhale it to the floor. Straight down. Drop your belly, stretch your chest and tailbone apart. Lift your gaze to look to the ceiling. Move your shoulders from the ears. Round like an angry cat. Really pull the upper back to the ceiling. Really pull in the belly. Drop your belly, look up. Exhale, round. Feel your chin press to your chest. Feel the tailbone lengthen toward the feet. Then hug in the middle man. Now drop your belly, look up. Round one more time. Okay. Either you'll stay on the knees or you'll come into a plank position. And most of you will say, well, it depends what you're going to have us do. And I totally get you. You're going to hug right knee to left elbow, and then switch sides, left knee hugs to the right elbow. So you can do that where you're just on one knee, right knee pulls in, and then left knee pulls in. Or you're in a plank, and you just side to side. When you think you can't do any more, do 2 more after that. Keep the shoulders over the wrists if you're in the plank position. And don't be afraid to linger there. When you squeeze a knee in, don't be afraid to linger for a moment and then switch. Really bring a quality. If you're going to do this, bring a quality to it. Whereas where we don't go to the areas we feel challenged, we just want to go, how can I get this over with? Which is a totally normal human trait. Very good. When you finish those out, gently make your way out onto your back. And everyone face the front. Face the front of the room. Yeah. Okay. Lay on your back. Stretch your arms over your head if you can. Drop your knees to the right. Gently press the chin to the left shoulder. Come back. Other side. Come back. Hug both knees to your chest. Lengthen your low back toward the front of the room. It's just a tiny micro movement, but it's powerful. It'll give you the right amount of freedom walking out of here. Okay, let yourself rock side to side. And move slow. Move in a way that is nurturing to the spine. It's used to being jarred. It's used to being in a hurry. Now bring your feet flat to the floor, directly under your knees, the right amount of hip width apart, and let your feet press down. Turn your heels out, Maddie, just slightly. Heels out so that the outer edges of the feet, walk your feet in a little more. Walk them in a little closer. There you go. Now press down through the feet and the hips go up. And the thighs go up, but the tailbone lengthens toward the backs of the knees. Press down through the shoulders and arms to get the chest to lift a little taller, or take the hands under your back. Draw one shoulder blade in toward the middle of your mat, and then down from that ear, and then the other. Press both ends down for both ends up. Exhale to the floor. Breath in. Mouth wide, clear it. On the next breath in, go up. Hips up, heart lifting. Shoulder blades gently pressing into each other will get your heart and your lungs to just really fan open. Bring the breath right up into the collarbones. Exhale down. Breath in. Up again. And when you press up, walk the left foot to the edge or middle of your mat. And just powerfully press that right leg straight in the air. Push through the upper foot. Yes, Peter, there you go. Now bend that right knee, cross the ankle over your left thigh. And gently press that knee and thigh away. And soften down to the floor. Very good. Breath in, out. And then take bridge one last time. This time, for a variation, if you choose the variation, you don't have to. You take the right foot to the middle of the mat and powerfully press that left leg up. And I wouldn't take the arms under the back. What I would do is I would keep the arms alongside your body, palms down, and I would press into the floor with those hands and lift that leg up that way. There you go. Press it up a little more. Very good. And then go ahead and bend that knee, cross it over, press that thigh away. Bring the hips down. Release the foot. Hands to rest on your lower belly. Breath in. And out. Okay, this time you're going to cross your right ankle at your left knee. Arms out to the sides. Now, let that bottom leg drop. That right foot's going to come to the floor. Even if it's just on the outer edge. And you're just kind of pressing your right knee and thigh away from the right hip while your chin tucks to the right shoulder. So leg goes left, both legs go left, chin goes right. Allow the legs to drop, but mindfully press that knee away from the hip. Come on back. Keep the right leg over. Cross it entirely over. Shift the legs left again, chin right. Lengthen your tailbone towards your bottom foot. The weight of the legs dropping gives you a little more stretch through that outer hip and thigh. Come on back up. Cross the right ankle at the left thigh. Wrap the hands around the back of the left thigh. Hug the left thigh towards you. Both feet are flexed. Press that right knee and thigh gently away with the right elbow. And if you're at all uncomfortable in the neck, you can always put a block underneath your head. Keep squeezing that leg away. Now bring the left foot to the floor. Right palm is right there on the thigh. Press that thigh away from your own hip crease. Flex that top foot so the toes pull back toward the upper knee. Yeah. And then give a little gentle press through that top foot. Breathe out. Lift the left foot off the floor and gently draw the left thigh towards the chest again. Same action of the right knee and thigh pressing away. So you're still in the same pose. You're welcome. Not holding the breath though. Releasing those exhales to release. Big knot in the hip. Across the buttock. Wherever you hold tension is unique to you. Now with your eyes closed, quietly inside yourself, say, please relax. But direct that request to the right hip, thigh, and buttock. Silently, just mentally say, please relax. There'll be an immediate shift in your breathing. And then you recognize just how much the body is governed by the mind. When yoga says, really, it's supposed to be the opposite. Please relax, please relax, please relax. Say that 3 more times. Quite like Dorothy in There's No Place Like Home. Doing so will have your body feel at home. And release the whole leg. Yes, good. Bring the feet wide apart and the knees together. Allow the exhales to become, as they become deeper, they become quieter. Now take the left leg, cross it over the right thigh. Left foot is flexed. Open the arms out like wings. The palms are up. And just drop the legs over to the right. Pressing that left knee away from the left hip and thigh. Even if you took your right hand and kind of literally guided that left thigh toward the knee. Allow the legs to drop deeply. So you're just getting some stretch through the outer thigh, maybe the IT. Then come on back up. Cross the left leg entirely over the right. You'll be on the outer edges of the feet. Knees right, chin left. Tailbone is lengthening gently toward toward the feet. Breathe into your whole back body. Come on back up slow. Left ankle crosses over the right. Hug the right thigh toward the chest with the fingers wrapped around the back of the leg. Or, for a little more, you could wrap the hands around the top of your right knee or shin. And the left leg presses away from that left hip. While you gently use the upper foot to press like it's against that wall. And it's not extra hard. It's just a gentle press, and that's really all you need. Upper foot flexed, toes draw back. Give a little more press as you press that leg away. Release that leg, uncross it. And with both legs uncrossed, just take your right leg over your left again, but this time drop the knees to the right, chin left. Not forcing, just allow the exhale to surrender the legs for you. And wherever your body stops, you breathe there. Bring the knees back up, uncross, left leg over, and now the legs now fall to the left, chin to the right. So we're just doing the exact opposite of what we did in the pose before, just to get stretch in a different place. Breathing in, all together, breathe out. Bring your knees back up, uncross. Roll over to your right side and then just make your way on up to seated on your seat. And your legs will be right out in front of you. And after this, Shavasana is all yours. But you're going to lean your body weight forward, and it's as if you're kind of scooching your butt back like it's against a wall. So you might look a little silly, but find that action. Yeah, that way you're like right on those sit bones. Now, come back up, breath in. Open up the palms, open the fingers. Press through your feet. Use your exhale to soften. Grab wherever you can comfortably reach. You're allowed to keep the knees bent. You're even allowed to create more space. Maybe a lot more space between the legs. Use your inhale as the cue for the spine to lengthen. The bigger you breathe, the more length you've got. Then fold. Chin down. Breathing happening. Mindful breathing. In and slowly out. Allow your exhales to melt the upper body. And if you're not thinking about it, thinking about making that happen, it'll just happen. Now this is a perfect place for you to mentally tell the back of your legs, please relax. And do the same for the spine. Silently tell your spine, please relax. Slowly bring yourself back up. Make your way out onto your back. SHAVASANA. Your SHAVASANA, you want to be as comfortable as possible. So the legs and the feet, they open where you've got extra room in the pelvis. The right amount of room, not too much, not too little. The arms slide away from the body, but the palms face up. And the reason the arms slide away from the hips is so that the chest and lungs can stay open in a relaxed way. So the breathing has space through the physical. Bring mindful awareness to your belly. When you breathe, your belly should expand. And if you breathe from that place, ensuring that that happens, everything else will expand too. and the quality of your nervous system will be vastly different with belly breathing. Full belly breathing in, belly rising to the ceiling, and then it falls. Between the two actions, there's a tiny slight pause, and that pause can be so powerful. Bend your knees and bring your feet flat. Press your feet into the floor when you do so. Get rooted and get connected to your roots. When we are in our head all the time, then the energy stays kind of up and out, because our thoughts can really take us out. The more we get into the lower body, the more grounded we become. So just press your feet into the floor and feel your roots. From there, hug your knees into your chest. Big squeeze in. Big sigh of relief out. Roll all the way to your right, but gently. So you're on your right hip entirely. Make a pillow for your head with your arms or a block. Feel your low back gently shift down towards your heels. And drop in for one more moment. Press your palms strongly into the floor. Bring yourself to seated. Take a gentle twist. Just take your left hand to your right leg, fingertips of the right hand behind you. Sit up tall, breath in. Close your eyes. Let the exhale do the twisting. Switch sides. Pull in the belly. Breath in. Out. Come back to center. Interlace your fingers and press your palms straight out in front of you. Shoulder level. Tuck your chin to your chest. Please press your upper mid back like it's against a wall. Belly in. Press through the upper mid back and the arms will extend in the right amount. Bring your arms over your head. Release the arms to the sides. Right hand to the floor, palm down, left arm extended up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm goes up. Breathe in through the right side to get length. And gentle leaning into the left as you breathe out. Lengthening away from the right hip. Take both hands behind you. You're on the fingertips of both hands. Press your chest to the ceiling, head back. Palms to the heart. Breath in. Breath gone. Done and done. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Namaste. Good work, you guys and ladies. Mary, would you mind opening that that door? You are welcome. Did that wake you up?
I was thinking about it. I should be putting my punch cards in too, so that you can add to the wall.
Yeah, you should. For sure. Class on Monday. Were you saying that like to, oh, no class Monday, I'm home free.
It's Labor Day.
Oh, that's okay. It's a labor of love for me, so very different kind of job.
All right. I want to know whether you drink this gin and tonic in your non-visible glass.
Yeah, right. I've sometimes made jokes about it being vodka and Vinyasa, but no, it's water. Have a sip if you like. Have a good day, Peter. Class on Monday, yes.
There will be class on
Yes.
Monday.
He just assumed we wouldn't.
Okay, yeah. And ignore the message I sent you this morning. I was in a panic. I couldn't find my mat.
On phone or email or?
Email.
Oh, okay.
I left my mat here.
That
Wednesday.
was yours in the bag?
It was in that little bag.
And I put it up top.
Exactly.
Ah.
Becoming forgetful. It's very bothersome.
Well, you leave in an altered state. That's okay. I wouldn't let anything happen to it. That's why I put it up on the top.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.